Okay, I actually figured I would make one more video just to kind of wrap this up. So here is the final setup with my marquees in it. And you can see that it switches just fine. Now it looks really bright on camera, it's not that bright in person. So just kind of a summary, this is what it will look like. So this is the plastic that comes with the original EL lights. You have to unscrew these quite a bit to fit that between the panels that that Alan had come up with. So you have to screw that out. That is a little tedious. So maybe I just give a summary again. So the PCB boards for the main controller and the individual LED lights I think are pretty solid. Now, whether or not they get automatically made or automatically assembled, that's another question. But they work well, and they're solid, and they're sturdy. The jumper cable solution to come out to the LEDs is solid, and I think works well. So these are solid and works well. So the things that don't work well. What does not work well are the individual LEDs. The solder points are extremely fragile and they come out all of the time. That is number one. Number two, these panels are very thick and require you to bump out your marquee quite a bit. It doesn't affect it closing, it's just not as nice and flush. And what that really ends up how it manifests itself are that the panels are attached to this yellow plastic material, and then as a result they slide down unless you have this so tight up against it that it holds it in place. So they're not resting on the bracket here. I don't think you can actually see this, but they're not really resting on the bracket. They're just being held in by the pressure of this. So again, we've got loose LED cables, we've got a thickness here that makes it difficult. Finally, the wires, look, step back, it's not that messy. I can pull the marquees in and out pretty easily. As I say that, I won't be able to do it. But I can pull them in and out, pretty quickly if I can get a hold of them. That's not difficult. So, it doesn't look terrible, but it could look a lot cleaner. I think the consensus is that I'm going to work with Alan. So, I have access to some PCB design facilities and know-how and things. So I think what I'm going to try to do is get this made into basically a 6-slot and a 4-slot PCB that has the LEDs integrated onto it and all the wiring hookups and all that, so it becomes a nice slide-in replacement with all of it unified and just has LEDs. The one thing I haven't shown you is that the dimmable feature, and the reason I'm not doing that now is this video took me about 2 hours just to solder all of this and get it up, and now I know as soon as I play with it, as soon as I pull it out to try to dim it, wires are going to start popping off. I went from having no marquee to having marquees working, and I don't want to mess with it now, but as soon as I start the PCB production, we'll start doing that. Again, apologies for the lighting and probably some of the incoherent aspects of this video series, but at least hopefully you guys have a better understanding of where we're going. With any luck, I'll have some free time to get this PCB designed this spring. My job keeps me pretty busy, but I have some students and other things that may be able to do that. Alright, so with that, I will end the video, and thanks for watching.